Welcome to the African American Wellness Walk 20th anniversary, where our theme is
One walk.
all races. My name is Adrian Taylor. I'm the System Director of Diversity for Premier Health.
My name is Angelica Key, the Health and Wellness Coordinator.
We want to tell you that our care.
Lives here.
So today we are going to celebrate and have a great time celebrating as we look back and look forward at the African American Wellness Walk, where it was and where it is today. And you're going to join us today for that journey. So thank you for joining us. But before we go any further with our programming, it's important that we thank all of our sponsors and also introduce you to a few of our sponsors. I'll start by announcing and celebrating our partnership with our platinum sponsors. They are Public Health, Dayton and Montgomery County, the Matthew 25 Ministries, WHIO TV Channel 7, 92.1 WROU, Key Ads, the Dayton Weekly News, the Dayton Daily News, and Lamar Advertising.
Our gold sponsors are Bob Ross Auto Group, Life Connection of Ohio, Nova Nordis, and Crossville Healthcare.
So thank you guys again for joining us. Stay tuned. We got a lot more programming to give you and some great people that we're going to bring in front of you as well. Thank you so very much.
Good afternoon. I'm Alois Groner, Chief of Shared Services for Premier Health and the co-chair of the 20th Anniversary African American Wellness Walk. On behalf of the planning committee that organized this successful event, welcome to the party. Thank you for signing up and taking part in this year's walk. So much has happened as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. To promote a healthy lifestyle and adhere to social distancing recommendations, we were challenged to think of the walk a little differently. The event evolved into a virtual walk. You are one of over 2,100 participants from 4 countries and 39 of our United States who have embraced and celebrated our 5K walk or run for health equity and social justice. We are excited about the historic number of people who signed up for the walk. This is a testament to the investment of our participants in our communities. Your time is not the only valuable resource we are fortunate enough to receive. We have raised over $14,000 to fund COVID-19 care kits, which will be distributed to at-risk communities in the Dayton area. With the financial support of our sponsors and in-kind donation, our total support more than $31,000. This amount far exceeds our goals and expectations. Thank you so much for your generosity and your support. We have a lot in store for you today, so let's have some fun, enjoy the rest of the programming, and thank you so much for celebrating with us today and for making this the best African American Wellness Walk.
Hello, my name is Willis Bean Davis, and welcome to the 2020 African American Wellness Walk. This is our 20th anniversary, and I get to serve this year as the co-chair of the 2020 African American Wellness Walk. As a Dayton artist, I've been most concerned with not only making artwork all of my life, but also finding ways to involve other artists and the community. And this is done through workshops, seminars, lectures, and exhibitions, and certainly summer camps for youth. Premier Health has played a pivotal role, an important role in my well-being and my health. You know, we never know when we're going to need that outside help and that professional help. And at Premier Health, they gave me great service by providing me with outstanding service in health during my recent battle with cancer. And so I want to again thank the Premier Health for all of its service to the community and me in particular. Thank you. I know that many of you have taken advantage of the African American Wellness Walk over the years. We want to thank you again for joining us for the 2020 African American Wellness Walk, and thanks to Premier Health.
We'd like to introduce you to Stacy Lawson, Vice President of Human Resources for Premier Health and one of the founding members of the African American Wellness Walk. We're going to bring her in and she's going to tell us all how the African American Wellness Walk started over 20 years ago.
At the time, Deon Simmons came to me, and Deon Simmons was working at the American Heart Association, and she was responsible for coordinating the American Heart Walk. And what she observed was that there was a lack of presence and visibility of African Americans in the American Heart Walk. And Deon said, we've got to do something different. We've got to do something different because, as many of you well know, and as you will likely know as well, that there are known disparities in the African American community for cardiovascular disease. So Deon had vision, and she said, you know what, I'm going to pull together some community leaders. She knew that this impacted the city of Dayton, and so she pulled together community leaders throughout the city of Dayton, and she said, here's the vision. We need to have an African American wellness walk to address those disparities. And so at the time, I will recall that we were at WROU, which was owned by Renita Hall Saunders, and we came together in one of her conference rooms, and it was about 6 to 8 of us. And as part of that, we started with the vision. We started with a blank piece of paper, and from that, the African American Wellness Walk grew. And so it was exciting to be able to take a vision to actualization, and we ended up at the Triangle Park. And you would walk into Triangle Park and there were kids activities, and there was aerobic activities, and there was health screenings going on. And there was this mass of community members who were all there saying that our health matters and cardiovascular health matters. And so Deon's role evolved over time, and so she moved from one place to the other, but it was like she had a baby that she was carrying with her from one place to the next. And so it got to the point where she said, you know what, I'm now prepared to pass my baby on. And so it made the best sense for her to pass it on to the late Frankie Harold. Frankie Harold, who was over our Mahogany's Child program, which was a program that is impacting the health of minorities in our community, and it did it through a faith-based program. So Frankie did some amazing work. And so Frankie then took the baby and she continued to carry that and grow it as well. And so that's kind of where we are today. But I will tell you that while it started with cardiovascular health, it evolved to address diabetes, and it addressed maternal health. And so it really looked at the span of disparities that impact the minority community, and particularly African Americans. I'm excited. I'm really excited about how we have evolved. At the start of the year, we all said, you know, what we wanted to do was to ensure that we did the African American Wellness Walk. But how do we do the African American Wellness Walk in a way that promotes social distancing, in a way that continues to keep health top of mind? And we knew that we could not do the walk. That was not an option. So we said, okay, how are we going to do the walk, and how are we going to reimagine the walk? And so where it is today, I'm like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I'm really excited because we've knocked it out the park. We're over 2,000 walkers. We're in 39 states. We're also in 4 countries. And so I'm really excited about that. And I know that our health matters. I also know that Premier is committed to building healthy communities every day. And as much as we've done this walk over the last 2 weeks, I think it's going to be very important that we continue to keep going and going and going. So what do we do tomorrow? And what do we do the next day? And what do we do thereafter? And I think that's what's going to be really important for all of us. So as much as we've had 2,000, I want to look up and I want us to be in September, and I want us to silently be at 20,000, and I want us to be in October, and I want us to be at 40,000, and I want us to have the entire city of Dayton walking every day for our health. That's where I want us to be. Thank you.
And yes, the month of August is when we are celebrating the 20th anniversary of the African American Wellness Walk. Our theme, one walk, all races. But did you also know that the month of August is National African American Male Wellness Month? Well, let me give you some information about that. Did you know that percentage-wise in Montgomery County, that African American males have a higher percentage of impact from diabetes, from strokes, from heart disease? Did you know that African Americans make up 14% of the Ohio population, but nearly double that amount of those who have been impacted by the coronavirus, 24%? Did you know because of that reason that Governor DeWine commissioned a minority health strike force? And this strike force is looking to the disparate impacts of the coronavirus and finding out as Ohioans what we can do about it. But let me tell you what Premier Health is doing about it. On top of everything else that we're doing for the community to make sure that we all stay safe from this pandemic and the coronavirus, we have taken your donations, your contributions, and we have created 1,500 COVID kits. These kits, if you will, contain masks. They have reusable thermometers. These kits also have hand sanitizer, and they have information inside of the kits on what you should eat and how to be well and how to exercise. In addition to that, we received some laundry kits from our friends at the Matthew 25 Ministry. So coupled with these COVID kits, we have these laundry kits that are coming right alongside of those, and they're going to have materials in them like Tide Pods and the like, so people can keep their clothes clean during the pandemic. At Premier Health, we know that our care lives here, and it's because of those reasons, because of that reason alone, that we know that we need to give back in a way that's going to be significant and keep people healthy and to keep people safe. And it's all because of your donations and contributions. We have taken those and now we're giving them back in the form of these kits. In fact, these kits have already been put together. We put them together just this past week, and we have begun to get those out into the community. Where? I'm glad you asked. We're putting these in the hands of over 20 churches. We're putting them in the hands of different nonprofit community outfits and organizations on the east and west side. We're even giving kits to our barbershops so they can utilize them and even pass them out to their customers. So I got to take this time to thank you, all of you out there that are watching this right now who decided to contribute. And some of you may be hearing about this for the first time. Let me tell you, there's still opportunity. All you have to do to find out more about this is go to our website, www.premierhealth.com/AAWW. In fact, in just a few seconds, you'll see how to text donate to us. It'll pop up on your screen. So without further ado, let me give you a commercial that we got from our friends over at the Matthew 25 Ministry.
I went into a burns unit of a children's hospital, hearing those children cry and seeing the poverty and knowing that we were just 2 hours away by airplane. I just said, you know, I want to do something. I want to help these people.
My father did begin helping these people by creating Matthew 25 Ministries. He started gathering supplies from companies and individuals products they didn't need anymore but were still perfectly usable. Today, we're still helping people in need, but just on a much larger scale. In response to disasters such as wildfires, tornadoes, and hurricanes, Matthew 25 Ministries is there. In response to the COVID-19 pandemic, we have distributed millions of pounds of PPE and other supplies to help keep frontline workers and our communities safe. We will continue to help as long as there is need.
Text AAWW to 41444 if you'd like to contribute to our COVID Kid campaign. I'd like to take the time to thank the 2,000 plus people who signed up for the African American Wellness Walk, and to especially recognize those who decided to do the Super Social Justice Challenge of 8.46 miles. You see, back on May 25th of 2020, George Floyd met an untimely death when a police officer put his knee on his neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. This untimely death was a result of racial injustice that African Americans have faced from police brutality for years. And a lot of you all checked the box and decided to walk against it. And we thank you and salute you for those efforts. But I want everybody to hear me on this. What we need everybody to do that's watching me right now, to go out to www.premierhealth.com/AAWW. When you go out to complete the race verification form, you will be automatically sent an honorary 20th anniversary African American Wellness Walk medal for your completion of the walk. For those who check the box to do the Super Social Justice Challenge, your name will be placed on our website in recognition of your efforts for completing the 8.46 mile challenge, and we appreciate you for that. Also, there are other causes that you can check the box for, so please feel free to check those boxes as well. Again, we want to thank everybody that participated in the walk, but especially those who completed Super Social Justice Challenge. Thanks again.
We've drawn our first two raffle prize winners. Congratulations to Lauren Dudrick and Heather McFadgen. Someone will be in touch with you to tell you how to redeem your prize. We will be having more raffle drawings later in the program, so stay tuned.
When you need us the most, Public Health is here for you. Our staff is dedicated to preventing the spread of disease, promoting ways to keep you safe, and protecting our most vulnerable population. We do this for you, our county, so we all may continue to be a healthy, safe, and thriving community. Because public health cares.
Angie, thanks so much for bringing me back. And let me celebrate and acknowledge and congratulate all those who won. You have to know this was a historic year because we had 2,000 plus people sign up. So if your name was called, you have been blessed, and we will reach out to you to ensure that you get your prize. Earlier in the programming, I shared that August is a very special month, not just because this is the 20th anniversary of the African American Wellness Walk, which you are participating in right now, one walk or races, but this is also National African American Male Wellness Month. We already talked about some of those disparities that are happening to the African American male population. That body of work that requires our organization to get engaged and involved is something we call social determinants of health. We have a full body of work that's being dedicated to addressing that. So much so, back in 2019, we began to partner with Montgomery County Public Health and a couple of barbershops, looking at this barbershop program that we heard about, that it got started by Jonathan Kane and his organization called City Stars Unlimited Barbershop and Salon, where one of their young barbers, unfortunately, passed away on lunch break because of heart disease. So we began to reimagine what that program could look like if it was more robust. So we invited some people to the table to help us think through what that could look like. We invited Phil Walker, who's a MD, PhD medical student at Wright State University. We invited several barbershops and some other community partners to the table. And for about a month, we began to meet, talk about what that programming could look like. And out of that surfaced that we needed to have more education for our barbers. So Phil Walker began to train barbers on what to look for, some of the signs, some of the numbers, some of the information, to arm them with information that they can have conversations with their barbershop clientele about. So once that education process was done, we deployed the barbers back to their barbershops. They began to have these intimate conversations, and they have been sharing with their clientele. We need to know the numbers. So this is where Premier came in. We began to send out our mobile units, providing the clientele with free biometric screening so they can know their numbers and begin to understand what they needed to do to participate in their healthcare wellness. This program has become wildly successful. You may have even seen it on some of your local news channels. It's been so successful that the hair salons that are typically attached to the barbershops, well, the females in those hair salons wanted to get their biometric numbers as well so they could begin to work on becoming healthier. That began to roll, and these barbershops and salons that are typically attached to some sort of shopping center, with the patrons at the small businesses, the other businesses that are a part of the shopping center, they wanted to be involved and get their numbers as well. So they began to visit our mobile units. We now have started to train our barbers on CPR so they can address more immediate, more urgent types of medical situations that can happen in the barbershop as well. This program has been wildly successful, and it's really made me Premier proud. Knowing that our organization understands the need to go out and educate and participate along with our community partners in a program that's going to help people become healthier. Again, Angie and I have been saying it the entire day, that our care lives here, and we really care. We really put forth a lot of energy, a lot of leadership. We have been involved in this program from the ground up, and will continue to be. So if you will, we ask you to hang in with us as we share this video with you about this program so you can see some of the impacts that we've had. Thank you.
And how's the family?
Sometimes preventative care starts in a barber chair. Find Premier Health in every corner of our community. Our care lives here. Premier Health.
It's time for our second raffle prize drawing. Congratulations to Zach Robinson and Sandy Nickley. We will be in touch with you to tell you how to redeem your prize. Stay tuned for one more raffle prize drawing towards the end of the program.
Hi guys, I'm Faith Daniels from 92.1 WROU, and congratulations to everyone that completed the virtual walk. Thank you so much to our wonderful friends at Premier Health and all of their hard work, each and every one of the sponsors who have done anything to make this year happen. 20 years, this has been an amazing idea, and it continuously grows, not only with our love and our commitment, but it grows in getting our community to be a healthier community because we're walking for wellness. And I, like many of you, am walking by faith. Thank you so much for participating. It's been a great year, and we're looking forward to seeing you all in person next year with the African American Wellness Walk presented by Premier Health. 20 years strong and 20 years of walking for a fantastic cause. Keep walking, keep walking, keep walking, and most importantly, keep supporting this amazing event. I'm Faith Daniels. Thank you so much for your participation, and we'll see you next year.
You just watched a video from one of our sponsors. Once again, we'd like to thank all of our sponsors for your support this year. Without you, we would not have been able to have a record-breaking 20th anniversary event. As you know, August is African American Male Wellness Month, but that doesn't mean we've forgotten about women and children. We know that in the Dayton area, Black women and children have a higher racial health disparity. Did you know that Black babies in Montgomery County are 4 times as likely to die before their first birthday when compared to white babies? Did you know that Black women have a 2.5 times higher maternal mortality rate when compared to white women? We know that in order to address these racial health disparities, we have to invest in community-based clinical and educational programs and services. Mothers Empowered is a program in the Dayton area that brings together women who have a similar due date and provides clinical support and education throughout their entire pregnancy. To learn more about this program, we have a short video for you coming up.
The Mothers Empowered is prenatal care in a group setting. You just kind of get to know each other and share resources, you share experiences, because some moms are first-time moms and some moms are like me, they have quite a few children. This was my second time in the Mothers Empowered group. So.
When they walk in the door, they sign in on a sign-in sheet, they grab their name tag, they get their weight, they take their own blood pressure, record it, hand it to me, and then the first 30 minutes of the appointment, they eat some snacks and socialize.
It's really cool to get to know everybody. It's really cool to benefit from these resources that everybody knows, and to just follow the journey of like, okay, we're pregnant at the same time.
The first session is more about getting to know each other, getting to know the midwife, getting to know the people who are caring for you. We do talk about nutrition, the common discomforts of pregnancy, from early pregnancy all the way through labor.
Midwife calls you back into a little private room and she checks the baby's heartbeat, checks your fundal height, answers any questions you might have, like if you've been having contractions. One of the things that we do in there is learn how to care for your baby. So Lori had a little baby doll, and so you pick slips, and whatever your slip says, that's what you do. Or just to kind of give them some experience, because there are a lot of moms who really had no idea what being a mom would be like.
We talk about all of the benefits of breastfeeding, infant care, finding a pediatrician, keeping your baby safe.
We just learned a lot about how it's okay. Like if you need to talk to somebody, it's okay to go to therapy. It's okay to take some me time.
It's nothing to be ashamed of. A lot of women have postpartum depression. It needs to be talked about, should not be swept under the rug. And then after all of our mothers have had their babies, we have a postpartum party. Gives these moms a chance to see the other babies in their group, hear their birth story, see how their labors and deliveries went.
Everybody's able to benefit from this group. It's just really a really cool group. I can't even always put it into words, because
they need that support system of other moms who are going through the same thing that they're going through, and the whole idea is for them to become friends outside of the group and have the support of each other. We would like for our mothers to have full-term babies and feel confident in their birthing decisions and taking care of themselves, taking care of their babies during their pregnancy, after their pregnancy, feeling confident that when they bring that baby home, that they have all the tools and the skills they need to be a good mother. I think it's very important for them to be able to form bonds with other moms. Some of them don't have a very strong support system at home. Some of them, maybe the father of the baby is not involved any longer. Some of them don't have family that live nearby. So they have these other women as a good support system.
I feel like a lot of the younger girls that were in the groups that I was in, especially the first-time mom girls, they were able to feel like that they weren't alone. The resources that Mothers Empowered kind of connects us to, they're lifesavers.
Hey Dayton, I'm Dayton Daily News Community Impact Editor Amelia Robinson. The Dayton Daily News is proud to be a sponsor of the Dayton Area African American Wellness Walk, and is honored to help our community celebrate 20 years of promoting physical, mental, emotional, and social health and justice. The Cox family founded the Dayton Daily News more than 120 years ago, and we continue to spread their legacy of community outreach and support, and make it our mission to listen to and be a resource for our neighbors as we navigate through these difficult times. In my new role as Community Impact Editor, I make it my personal mission to bring more voices to the table and to tell the stories that matter most to you. I work and live in Dayton and am proud to be part of this community. Please reach out to me at arobinson@DaytonDailyNews.com to let me know what's on your mind and how the Dayton Daily News can better tell your stories.
It's time for our third and final raffle drawing. Congratulations to Chris Caulfield and Ruth Bolner, and congratulations to all of our raffle prize winners. The 20th anniversary African American Wellness Walk is coming to an end, but the fun's not over yet.
That's right. Once again, we'd like to thank all of our sponsors, our co-chairs, committee members, and all of you for your participation.
If you haven't already, don't forget to fill out the race verification form on our website. Also, it's not too late to donate. You can just text AAWW to 41444.
Remember, we will be using your donation to deliver COVID kits to churches, community centers, and barbershops in high-risk areas in Dayton, because our commitment to improving your health doesn't stop when this walk ends.
Our goal is to help the community stay healthy 365 days a year, no matter where you are in your wellness journey. Because as you know,
our care
lives here. Thank you again to everyone, and we hope to see you next year in person.